I'm back. Got 10 minutes on this one. Let's go back to those Greeks real quick. So, option Greeks. We got 10 minutes. Option Greeks. Why do we care about option Greeks? Again, I only care about delta and theta. The last video I didn't really mention what they were. So, delta is literally the value the stock will change. So say it's a 20, that means you're going to get $20, all right, of movement for every $1 of the stock. So say Apple is at, 120, okay, say you bought a contract, you're holding it for just a little while, and it goes to 122, okay, you should, in theory, make $20 per dollar. So here you would have made 40 bucks, right? You made $40 on that contract. If you had 10 contracts, you would have made $400. Excellent, beautiful. That's money. That's how you make money in options. You flip contract values. That's what I said at the last end of the other video. What you want to know is that if Apple just does this all day, and you bought that contract in the morning, by the end of the day, the stock doesn't actually move to 122. It stays at like 120, 75 or something stupid like that. Then you're not actually going to gain this value. You might, once it runs up from 120 even and it goes up to 75, you'll gain maybe $10. Now, here's the difference. If Vega and Gamma, the other options, Greeks, are high, if you have high Vega and your Gamma is a moderate number, it's going to add value and increase the ratio of craziness that these contracts can get, right? Gamma is what's added to here, every dollar move, and the Vega is your overall reaction of the stock moving, said dollar. So when the Vega goes crazy, say this jumps up to $40, or let's say 45. I don't know why I wrote 45, I said 40. But let's say, it's not 20 anymore, it's 45. So here on this $2 move, say now it touched 120.75, the Vega increased, the Gamma was good, the delta was nice. There's no theta really impacting you yet because you're still holding the contract for this first hour. Say again, you went to 122, so now instead of just the $40, you made $45 per move, which jumps you up to $90 profit. You will instantly take that profit for this. Do not try to hold this contract all day if you're unsure of the direction. Now, if you know that the contract is going to constantly improve in value because Apple just had this amazing partnership that just jumped out and you heard about it and nobody else is really saying anything about it, you kind of know you're in a good spot. So maybe either one, you're going to add another contract. Up to 3, I don't recommend going over 3 because it can get crazy because not only now are you're paying the market price, whereas you've already improved on one contract. So now you literally just kind of leveled out your contracts. By adding 2 at the current price, now your average is probably, I don't know, instead of that $90 profit, just say you'll probably be up about 25 bucks, right? So anyway, so now you got your $90 profit, moving on, closed it out. But if, again, you had this knowledge, right? So you were very strongly feeling that Apple is going to run to 130 tomorrow, okay? Again, this is hypothetical, not trading advice. This is nowhere near what my opinion on the market is right now, even though these numbers are very accurate, or stock price wise. So we're going to go to 130. Now, do we think it's still going to be $45 per contract if we have a crazy Vega going off the wall? IV is amping up. Gamma is doing well. Delta is going to increase most likely a little bit because now we're getting closer to the money the further we go, depending on what your contract was. And again, if we're in the same day, theta's not messing with us. But let's pretend that theta was $50. Okay, and again, you multiply this by 100 because every option contract represents 100 shares, so you constantly have to multiply the 100 in your head or whatever, and you know that 45 is actually $45, 50 cents is actually $50, and so on and so forth. So, say it ran that whole $10 move, and our theta is 50 bucks. Not too bad. We only got one contract. We're not going to worry about it too much because we're only going to lose $50 on that contract. But we turn around and made, let's just say this ended up jumping up to 55, right? So this whole value is 55, and matter of fact, it's not going to be 100, so we'll say 60. Keep it a little more even there. So 60. You've got that whole $10 move, 10 times 6, 600. All right, so now let's say you made 600 bucks on a $10 move on Apple, which is very possible, by the way. And you have this beautiful, beautiful connection here, but you held the contract overnight, so you lost $50. Nobody really cares. So now, worst case scenario, you're going to be right around 550, and depending on what your Gamma, Vega, and all that good stuff echoed out to, you can probably assume lowballing that you'll walk away with 450 on this contract, and that is for a $10 move on Apple. Now, a lot of people will look at their little option calculator website or whatever and argue this point, but the point is, I'm just kind of showing the effect of how the Greeks actually affect contracts in general. Again, I really don't give a crap how the contract is affected by Greeks, because I don't pay attention to that. I only care about Greeks when I'm looking at longer term contracts on something small, like NOI, which everyone laughed at me for, because I bought 100 contracts, and the delta was like, the Gamma was 100, or 1.00, but the delta was like 0.15, it was like $15 per dollar, and I had $10 contract, but I had 100 of them. So I actually walked with $400 profit on this trade, okay? And even though I held it for X amount of time, and it was, I think the total cost, what was it, like 4, 5, 6, I think it was around $500-600, but I ended up walking away on top of that with around that $400 profit. So the thing is, like, you have to understand that you're flipping contracts, okay? Again, if you want to get into more advanced stuff, you can feel free to email me, armorbulltrading@outlook.com. I still have the fishhooktrader@outlook.com email as well. You can hit me up on the Discord chat, Armorbull Trading Discord. I'll put the link obviously below. Go ahead and get you some free stocks if you don't have a brokerage account already. Go ahead and get on Robinhood, Webull, whatever. Again, I love Fidelity the most. I trade all my stuff for anybody that I'm trying to teach anything about spreads. I always use Robinhood because it's very simple and it's very easy to understand. Therefore, anybody who is very new to trading can clearly see different things. I got a couple minutes left in this video. So with the Greeks, again, why don't I pay attention to the other ones? Because again, nobody's going to tell you about Greeks when they're trying to get you to sign up for their Discord chat or their freaking signals group or whatever the crap it is on Twitter or Instagram or whatever case. They're not going to say, hey man, we're going to teach you the Greeks of options. We're going to teach you how to do this, that, and the other. You're not going to have any of that because they're not going to tell you. Somebody else might tell you. Like somebody, man, you don't know what the Greeks are. Like you don't know what the options. Like you need to learn something. You know what I mean? So you're going to look here. You're gonna have the Greeks. You're going to be like, oh, well, delta is 0.8. Okay, cool. So that means the contract good? Yeah. Okay, cool, man. Let's go. How about theta? Well, theta turns, I don't know, it's 115. So that means, even though it's up $1, you're going to lose $115 overnight. Even though you made $80 on the contract for that $1 move, you lost $115 for holding it for that one day. Now, implied volatility steps in again, because if the contract is popping off over here with the premium because the stock price is jumping out of line, or maybe earnings is coming up, or some event that is in play, because Tesla constantly has things coming up, Amazon constantly has things coming up, Apple always has new phones coming out and all this other crap. So these things are going to change. The deltas, they fluctuate so much, it's very difficult to focus on what you can specifically make on a contract. Because here's the thing, this is going to be the problem with you playing with the Greeks, right? I'm around thinking 1 minute. If you focus on the Greeks too much and you think that you're going to make $95 on this contract, regardless, you must make $95 on this contract because of this number and this number and this number, and the price moved this much in this time frame, and I have this much time left on expiration, and you don't make that $95, and then you end up holding the position when you had $91 in profit, but you're waiting on this other $4 like some kind of idiot. Okay, because that's what you're doing. You're being stupid with your money because you have $91 or $93, whatever I said. Why would you wait on that other few dollars? That's ridiculous. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to understand what the Greeks mean. So that means go to my highly recommended website of Investopedia.com and research, aka Google. You can also do the same thing. Okay, learn what you are doing, learn about trading, learn about options, learn about stock, Learn about the whole 9 yards. Learn about the taxes that you're going to have to pay. Okay, don't be stupid. And I'm saying stupid a lot because it's true. Because some people just, the questions that they ask, and they're getting involved with things that they have no idea what they're doing. I've talked to people who've lost $12,000 by taking signals on credit spreads, and they had no idea how to close the trade. And I'm like, look, you have no idea what you were doing, so you should not have opened this trade. So the fact of the matter is, regardless of how much money you've lost at this point, or in the future, or in the past, start over. Write it down. Trade smart. Armor Bull Trading. Have a good one, guys.